Hi and welcome to PB&J today. We will be creating a fashion chain. We will be using the Très Chic stamp. In addition to this stamp, you will also need some memory frames, a chain necklace, a thin slice of card, and some microscope slides. First of all, ink up the middle of the stamp with Memento ink. I actually place the paper onto the stamp rather than the other way round. This way I can position it more accurately. I also used an acrylic block to get even pressure whilst pressing down on the image. Then colour in with Copic markers. I will give full details of the Copic marker colours used in my blog. I have added extra shading and extra dots and lines to add a bit of extra interest to the cups. On this cup, I'm going to use a darker shade to add shading to the edges to make it appear more round. And then I'm going to use the blender to remove colour to create lighter dots. If you find that you go over the edges, you can always use your blender pen to actually go back in and push the colour back into the coloured areas, almost like rubbing out the ink. Again, I've added some shading to the edges of her face and also added a little bit of pale pink lips. I'm now going to use antique linen distress ink to add a bit of shading to the edges of the card. I'm doing this with a very light motion, as I don't want it to be too heavy. I'm then going to ink up the letter background again with antique linen. This time I'm going to wipe away the central portion of the inked area so that I only get the stamped impression on the edges. And again, I'm laying my card face down onto the stamp and pressing firmly. I'm then going to use walnut stain just to get a slightly darker edge again. Sorry, I've gone a bit off camera here. I've then created a mask for her face, and I'm going to spray Heirloom Gold Pearl Mist. If I didn't add a mask, she'd end up with freckles. I'm then going to dry it with a heat gun. This is the finished result. As you can see, the back has also got colouring on, which would show through if I didn't do anything with it. So I've covered the back with double-sided tape, And I'm now going to spread some glitter that I've mixed from red and orange to create a shiny background. I'm then going to sandwich this between two pieces of microscope slide. I'm then going to open the tab on the frame and place the microscope slide inside. This can be a little fiddly to line up, so I will spare you the details, but once it's in place you can then close the tab and it will finish off your pendant. Here is the finished result. Thanks for watching. For further information, please visit the Penny Black blog at pennyblackinc.wordpress.com.